In this video, we're working on a 3DS. Looks like this. And more specifically, we're working on the motherboard. And we don't do a lot of board repairs on these, but one of the things that we do help out with is people open these up to do whatever they're doing. I don't know. And they damage the connectors. And there's some connectors that we'll work on. And we're doing 5 of them in this video. I'm just going to go through and I'll mention which ones we do work on and which ones we can't work on, or won't, rather. So this one here, which we'll be replacing today, is the touchscreen connector, and it's a latch style. I don't know what they must have broke the latch off. And this is a friction ZIF connector. People break these all the time because they think that you're supposed to lift up to release, and you don't. You just pull the cable in and out. And so people lift up on that and then it won't work anymore. So we're going to replace that one. This is the connector for the circle stick. People break that one all the time. They'll break the little flap off and that'll need to be replaced. We do service that one. This is for the game card slot. I've never seen it broken before, but I would service that one. Here's another friction ZIF connector. I don't remember what that one goes to, but we'll do that one. Then over here in the corner, there's 2 more 4-pin friction ZIF connectors. Microphone's one of them. I don't know what the other one is. Oh, it's for the home button. So pretty important, this one. And we'll work on those. Now, this connector goes to the power board, and people managed to break that one. We'll work on that one as well. The ones that we will not touch are the LCD up here. There's 3 connectors that go in this top corner to like the top screen. And there's 2 on this side and 1 on this side. And we will not work on them because the method I use for installing these things is hot air on the opposite side of the board. And you can imagine if I wanted to replace this one, I gotta blast hot air on this side of the board. If I did that, I would melt these 2. And if I wanted to replace either of these, I have to blow hot air on this side of the board. And then I would melt either this one or maybe even this one. This one probably could be protected. But either way, it doesn't matter because this guy here in the corner, no. This one, can't do it. Won't do it. Pretty much outside of that corner, every other connector that people break, we will service. We'll service the charge port when it breaks. We'll service this charging coil when that breaks or fails. And the rest of the 3DS motherboard, it's just outside my wheelhouse. So we're mostly focused on physical damage for this stuff. And it works out because lots of people, I do so many of these a year. Lots and lots of people open up their 3DSs for reasons I don't know, and then they break all these connectors. So if yours is broken, one of the ones that I said I will fix, then you can contact us to get that fixed. And if it's one of the ones in the corner, there's no point in contacting us because I'm going to say no. All right, away we go with the first one. These guys put super glue and I don't even know what on there. So we're just going to heat this up and remove it. Now, I work a pretty low temperature because these boards are pretty thin and I don't want to delaminate the board. So I work a lower temperature and I'm patient. Okay, there goes that one. Then we take our replacement. This is the latch connector for the digitizer. All right. So that's bubbling some flux in there. We'll have to make sure we clean these all out really good afterward. But I'm just going to move on with doing the next one. Here is the first friction ZIF connector. Find that the friction connectors get broken a lot because people think you're supposed to pry up on them. And I am guilty as charged. The first time I wanted to disassemble one of these, that's exactly what I freaking did. That's what you get used to connectors working that way. All right, that one comes off. Once I align it, I like to let the heat run for a little bit to make sure we get a good connection. If there's a little bit of flux on the board when you place it there, they generally go on pretty good. All right, now I remove the heat and the connector that was near it was safe. All right, which one am I doing next? I'm going to move over into the corner here. There's a couple there. I'm going to put a little bit of flux there. These ones on the corner are going to go quick because the edge of the board heats up very quickly. All right, I do them one at a time. I'm afraid that if I take both off, I'll forget orientation of one of them. I lay them on my work mat exactly in the position that they need to go on in so I don't get mixed up about which way they go. That looks pretty good. Now I need to reposition my board holder for the last one. This last one's tricky. It's hard to find a spot for the board holder. And there's a heat shield protecting something on the other side of the board, which it's going to block a lot of heat. So my best course of action is just to get this heat right by the edge, get it close, and try to let that solder melt. This is a tough one to do. I don't think it's not outside my skill set or anything. It's just harder than the other ones were. I'm having a hard time getting the board to temperature because of the heat shield that's on the backside. But it is right on the edge, so I should be able to get it. So like I need the Jeopardy music. I don't know what this one goes to. Oh, probably the least important of all, to be honest. I think this is the NFC reader. So for like amiibo support. Customer said they wanted all of them replaced. But if this one weren't replaceable, unless you're a diehard amiibo user, it's probably not the end of the world. Okay, it's not coming. I'm going to have to turn up my heat a little bit. And I don't want to do that, but it's not coming. Well, you would think. I don't know if I've ever replaced this one before, because I think the struggle here would be memorable. I've reached a point I'm not sure what to do. I think if I put a little bit of leaded solder there, it's going to help lower the melting point. There we go. And what I'm going to do is, I don't find it necessary to do this on all of them, but I want to retin the pads with leaded solder. And that's because it'll stay melted at a lower melting point. And since I'm having difficulty getting heat onto this area, that's going to be important. Oh my gosh. There it goes. Okay. That looks connected. I'm going to double check these all with my tweezers and make sure I don't have any loose connections. If I do, I can touch them up with the soldering iron. Now, this 3DS is working. Everything that I replaced, I've tested, and it's working now. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough because we do limited services on 3DS, and if you'd like to hire us, then this is kind of the course on what we'll do. Anything on the top half, we don't do. We don't do the cameras, the LCD on top, the volume slider, the 3D slider. If it's on the top half, we don't do it. If it's on the bottom half, any of these buttons, home button, D-pad, circle stick, the bottom LCD, the bottom digitizer, we'll service all that. We do not do the 1 second blue light, you hear the speaker pop, and then nothing happens. That's a general hardware fault. It could mean a lot of things. It's usually a rabbit hole. All I can say is if you've been working on it, go through and double check all your connections. We won't service that. We don't service 3DSs that don't turn on, but we do service 3DSs that don't charge. So it's kind of like if it's not turning on because the battery's dead and it won't charge, then we'll work on the charging. But grab a battery that has some charge on it, see if it turns on. And we also do the LNR, ZR, ZL buttons. We do those as well. So I think that's pretty clear. But if you have questions, you can message us to get a quote for repairing these things. We don't do anything on the top half. I got to be clear about that. And we don't do the 1 second blue light speaker pop and then nothing happens. We don't do that. And we don't do system doesn't turn on. We do service everything there. I think I'm being clear. You could rewind the tape if you want. All right. Oh, and if you're doing it yourself, hopefully you learn something from my techniques. Thanks for watching. We'll do something different in the next video.